Erfourth, who's here to talk about her new film, Anne. I'm so excited. I know that there's a director's cut coming out soon, so I can't wait to see more of it. So let's go over to the couches and talk to her. All right, so today we are here with Miss Erfourth. Hi, Regan, right?
Yes.
Can I call you Regan? Mm-hmm. Awesome, wonderful. I just finished watching the opening to your new film, Anne, and I gotta tell you, woo, it's scary.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea for that kind of horror film?
So me and my group, me, Missy, and Shayla, we've all done stuff that's like comedy and short film, like just comedies or like music videos and stuff like that before. And we want to do something different to challenge ourselves. So we decided to do a horror film. And I love horror films. I love watching them so much.
They make me creepy.
Missy really doesn't. Shayla's okay with it. But I'm just like, we need to do something that would challenge us. And like horror film is where it's at. And I feel like, yeah.
Okay, so how do you even start making a film?
Oh, well, first you just gotta like plan out your ideas. I know originally we kind of like created a docs of like our ideas for what we wanted to do for the film. So like somewhere there's a random doc which is random stuff and us calling each other out about what would look better.
Kind of like brainstorming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once we got our idea down, we started getting our script together and our shoot sheet. We used writer duet for our script.
Okay. Well, okay. If you have a doc, why do you need writer duet?
Okay, so Google Docs, you can't format scripts and stuff like that, like correct ways. It would be all out of order. And Writer Duet, we've had experience with using it and stuff like that. And if we were to use like any other program, it would be way more expensive. And we're all broke. None of us have a lot of money. Yeah. So Writer Duet is just something that we've used before, and it's easy to use. And for that, me and Missy don't like writing scripts, so we had Shayla write it for us because she also has way more experience with it because she does like other things outside of school that she uses it for.
Okay. So you start with the scripts, and then I guess you start shooting, right?
And then we make a shoot sheet afterwards, so we know what to shoot for.
Okay, so you plan it out because I'm sure you're busy high school students,
yeah.
Right? So getting everyone's schedules to mesh. It's kind of hard, I bet. Mm-hmm. But I also see you brought some goodies here, so you want to talk to us a little bit about what's on the table?
Okay, so this lovely thing right here, it's used to help you focus because like the focus part on the camera is way up there, so it's just like a lot harder to do it, and if you turn it wrong, your hand will be in frame, which will be no bueno for the shots.
Okay.
So this just helps you turn it so you're not in shot. Like you can try it.
Okay. So where does this go on the camera?
It goes on the front part. It goes right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right, so why these types of cameras instead of what we think of as a traditional movie camera?
Well, first off, we're broke.
Okay.
We have no money. Second off, we all just have more experience using these cameras rather than like the big cameras and stuff like that. And also, we're in a small car. We don't have the equipment.
Oh, size. That's going to be important too, I bet.
So yeah, and it's just a lot easier to use than most, so it'd be better
now,
to use.
Why does that second one have that weird fluffy thing on top?
Okay, so we call that a dead cat.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, it's actually Shayla's cat. I'm kidding.
Now, why is it called a dead cat? Or what does it do? I don't understand.
Okay, so I slightly forgot, but I think it's called a dead cat because it kind of looks like a cat's tail. It basically, if you're using audio, it like muffles like random noises. It just makes the audio like a lot more crisp or like hearing that type stuff.
Okay, so like I know sometimes when I watch videos, I'll hear like wind noise and things like that.
Yeah.
So is that kind of what the dead cat? Ooh, that's such a weird name. Is that what the dead cat does?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the other big thing next to it?
So this is a gimbal. We use this for our shots because when we originally shot, a lot of our shots were shaky. We wanted to try to do something different. But the issue we kind of had was that I did most of the filming, but I have no muscle whatsoever. So that thing was swinging around, and it was.
Oh, let me see how heavy it is when you're talking about muscle.
God.
Oh wow, that.
Yeah.
It has like weights on the bottom.
Yeah.
Why does it have weights on the bottom?
Just to like help stabilize it more, I believe. This is my first time using it, so I don't know much about gimbals. I just know it helps make the shots less shaky because it will like stabilize the camera. Like if you ever watch videos of chickens and they have their head in the middle and they move it, that's basically what a gimbal does. That's
a really interesting analogy. Very cool. There you go. Thanks. And of course you've got this trusty dusty piece of equipment here. So why is a tripod so important?
If you just want like a still shot and stuff like that, it helps like make it so the camera doesn't move and stuff like that. And if you're standing there for a long period of time, you don't get tired or anything like that. Like, it does it for you.
Like a long period of time when you did the time lapse?
Yes.
How long did that take you?
We started around 7 because of how the sun was setting, and then I think it took us about like an hour and a half.
Just sitting there with the camera going?
Yeah, in the parking lot, I was doing the whipping and it.
Well, I guess that's a good way to kill some time. Now, what is this weird thing?
Oh, so a lot of our class likes to lose the things. So that's just on there for like safety measures, so it doesn't get lost. Because if that gets lost, you can't put your camera on it.
Gotcha. So you write the script, you go out and you film. And then what? How do you bring all these bits and pieces together?
So to get everything all together, we use this like editing software. We use Adobe to edit, and we use Premiere Pro and all that stuff. Premiere Pro, it's just like we all are certified in it, so like it's something we're used to. We know how to edit, and we import all the clips and then we start editing. I know for the first part, Missy got all the clips in for us, and then I went straight to editing because like I've seen a lot more horror films and I know what they're supposed to look like for the most part.
Gotcha. There's got to be a flow to it,
yeah.
right?
So editing it was kind of easy, minus the fact that half the time I was fighting my computer to get to work, and then finding background music was such a struggle because everything is blocked at school. Like for a period of time, Ben Sound was blocked for like a hot minute, and
wait. What's Ben Sound?
Ben Sound is a free royalty website. Shameless self promo, I guess. You can just get royalty-free music for your stuff, so you don't really have to pay anything. You do have to add copyrights and stuff like that, but it just like depends on what sound you use. So,
when you are putting it together in this Premiere Pro, do you use the audio from the video, or it seemed like there were some times where there was music or like things that might not have naturally been in the shot? What is that?
Okay, so there's two types of audios like when you're watching films, diegetic and non-diegetic. Diegetic is the stuff you hear in films that also the actors hear, so like people talking, stuff like that, and non-diegetic is basically what the actor doesn't hear but you hear, so like background music and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's where the Ben Sound and the YouTube that was blocked at school was coming in, right? Okay, so wow, there's a whole lot to making a movie, isn't there?
Yeah.
So out of everything that you had to use, what advice would you give to future filmmakers as to what's important to know with all these tech bits and pieces?
Sorry, I thought of a funny answer, but it's not good advice. I mean, just like you don't have to like go big and strong all the time. You could literally use your phone camera for certain shots. You know, it's just like it seemed like a difficult process, but the more you get into it, the easier it becomes. Like it's not that scary as you think it was. And like I said, you don't need any fancy equipment. We just use this because it was at our disposal, and like this is a big project, so like but like if we didn't have this, I'm sure we probably would have used like Missy's phone or something like that, or my phone because my phone shoots in 4K.
Oh, wow.
No, 8K.
Ooh.
My mistake.
You got a nicer phone than I do.
Yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on CCR TV. This is Miss Regan Erfourth, and look for her in feature films. Bye.